The Titanic, the most famous shipwreck in history, has been scanned in unprecedented detail by a team of deep-sea explorers. Using cutting-edge technology, they created a full-sized 3D digital model of the entire ship and its debris field, revealing new insights into its tragic fate. The scan was carried out by Magellan, a company that specializes in underwater mapping and imaging. They used two remote-controlled submersibles that descended to the depths of the Atlantic Ocean, where the Titanic lies 3,800 meters, 12,500 feet, below the surface. The submersibles were equipped with cameras and sonar sensors that captured more than 700,000 images and 16 terabytes of data over 200 hours of surveying. The images and data were then processed and stitched together to create a stunning 3D reconstruction of the Titanic, as if the water had been drained away. The scan shows the entire ship, from the bow to the stern, as well as the surrounding debris field that covers an area of about 5 square kilometers, 2 square miles. The scan is so detailed that it reveals features that have never been seen before, such as the serial number on a propeller, the radio room, and the bridge. The scan also shows the extent of the damage caused by the collision with an iceberg and the subsequent sinking of the ship in April 1912, which claimed more than 1,500 lives. The scan reveals how the ship broke apart into two main sections and how they landed on the sea floor at different angles and distances. It also shows how some parts of the ship have collapsed or deteriorated over time due to corrosion and marine life. The scan is not only a remarkable feat of engineering and technology, but also a valuable tool for scientific and historical research. It allows experts to study the Titanic in a new way, to understand how it sank and why it broke up, and to learn more about its design and construction. It also preserves a digital record of the Titanic for future generations, as the physical wreck is expected to disappear within decades. The scan is also a tribute to the Titanic and its passengers and crew, who have captivated the imagination of millions of people for over a century. It offers a unique perspective on the ship that was once considered unsinkable, and on the human stories that lie behind its tragic end. The 3D scan of the Titanic is a remarkable achievement that reveals the wreck in unprecedented detail and clarity. The scan, which was created by Magellan using two submersibles that collected over 700,000 images of the ship and its debris field, is the largest underwater scanning project in history. The scan could shed new light on the cause and consequences of the collision with the iceberg, as well as the current state and future fate of the wreck. For example, by examining the damage on the starboard side of the ship, where the iceberg struck, researchers could determine how the impact affected the structure and stability of the Titanic. They could also compare the scan with historical records and eyewitness accounts to verify or challenge the existing theories about how the ship sank. Another area of interest is the stern of the ship, which broke off from the bow during the sinking and plunged to the bottom at a high speed. The scan shows how the stern was twisted and torn apart by the immense water pressure and impact. By analyzing the deformation and fragmentation of the stern, scientists could learn more about the physics and mechanics of the sinking process. The scan also reveals how the wreck has changed over time due to natural and human factors. The scan shows that some parts of the ship have deteriorated or collapsed due to corrosion, microbial activity, ocean currents, and storms. The scan also shows evidence of salvage operations and exploration visits that have disturbed or removed some artifacts from the site. By comparing the scan with previous images and data, researchers could monitor and document the changes in the wreck over time. Finally, the scan could help predict the future fate of the wreck, which is expected to disappear by 2030 due to environmental conditions and biological decay. The scan could help identify which parts of the ship are more vulnerable or resilient to deterioration, and how they might affect other parts of the wreck. The scan could also help preserve and protect the wreck as a historical and cultural heritage site, by providing a digital record that can be accessed and studied by future generations. The 3D scan of the Titanic is a stunning and groundbreaking achievement that opens new possibilities for research and education. The scan shows us the Titanic as we have never seen it before, and invites us to explore its secrets and mysteries.